Alright, they're all flashing. They are about to try to run away. But maybe not quite yet. They're close to breaking in morale. Amok, you did lose a defender earlier on the right side of battle if you want to try to resurrect him before the end. Wait, did I? Hang on. So, the green are friendly corpses. So, that is a bone wyvern. That is a zombie. That's a snake. That's a snake. Right next to the hero? Oh, did I? Ah, good eye. Yeah, I did not see that. No, I don't want to end it immediately. Okay. Now that the threats are gone... Auto. I don't know if you lose experience points if they get away. But just in case, let's try to mop up as many of them as possible. So they're trying to run at this point. So many snakes! And that was kind of rough too, because the giant was half health from the beginning of the fight, and I was so scared to get him into the battle. And everybody lived, because someone pointed out to me that the guy that died needed a res. Padded helmet, immune to flanking. When the unit dies in combat, it is revived at the end of combat if the owner is victorious. Let's get that. Also, what do we have here? Vitality rune. Poisonous undergrowth, Call of the Wild. Target deals 25 HP, 2-turn cooldown. Heals allies within a 2-hex radius, 10 HP. Places Dome of Protection. Can you res your heroes? If your heroes die and you've built the crypt in one of your cities, you can pay a mountain of mana to bring them back. Don't know how helpful Vitality Rune is going to be right now. Dispelling Rune. Exhume Undead. Draining Burst. This could be fun. Let's try Dispelling Rune. I don't think I ever really tried that. What is that? At the start of its turn, this unit dispels one negative status effect. Oh, we can get that in 2 different places. War Seeker. Killing momentum. Let's work toward killing momentum. I feel like that's going to be the most major thing. Okay, you were on your way to join this army. You were going to get that treasure out of the water. Ah, there's dudes there. Okay, just wait a turn to heal. Alright, that is still building. We can't expand. This is so crazy that there's 3 dude serpent dens here. That's very unusual. Alright, remains done. Breach is made. Don't think there's any units left there. Yeah. Alright, vassalize conquered city. Alright, and then you guys just chill there. Nice map gen. Dude, it's... Yeah, dude. It started me in this top left corner on an island. And the enemies like all around me. And I was just boxed in for like 50 turns. Very unlucky map gen for me. Alright. So, do we wait 3 turns here? Because if anything were to... Wait, dude, there's treasure, like, right next to the city. What the hell? Lesser Storm Spirit. Don't need that. So I'll just disband that. Okay. Allow them to go. Gold in production. Alright. What is that one? 1198 power or 1350? That's close. Plus it's in the water, so we're at a disadvantage. So, probably leave that alone. Inferno Puppy. Do these grow into a bigger unit? Evolves into Inferno Hound, tier 3. Do I need an Inferno Puppy? Don't think so. 11 mana a turn. It's a weird thing to just find. Okay, so it could start making a mess in the underground. Or... Actually, probably need to get back above ground, because Willow Bark is now the closest, most threatening thing to me. I probably need to get back up above and deal with Willow Bark. Let's see, Spirit Hall is done building here. Why can't I make a teleporter? Oh, okay, the city's not high enough level for that. That's why. Alright, stone walls. Dune Serpent Temple's done here, so anything that's not sandy will start getting sandy. Faster research. And let's see what we got. Newly summoned creatures, blah, 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 blah. Don't need. Units summoned through Rally of the Legions gain 2 ranks. Destroying an infestation. Destroying an infestation or conquering a free city gains stacking in relations to other free cities. Oh, kind of wish I had done that for the I wonder if when you conquer a free city, if that counts for when you like defeat it, or does it have to be when you like absorb it? I would assume defeating it. So it's like I defeated it, but then I made it a vassal. I didn't keep it. You are very good again. Production Tatooine. Nothing. Okay. Alright, we'll build the channeling chamber now. Alright, next turn. You did pick a desert culture on a stormwater map. I didn't pick. Chat yelled at me, and I subsided. This is from one of my single-player games. Or, like, off-stream, I mean. In the rustling leaves and rushing water, you hear the voice of a god ear. Giant Daddy Mukluk Rain Singer appears before you. The winds of spring whisper of another friend of nature. It seems you embrace life and growth as much as I do. Imagine that. Let us join forces. Together we can bring prosperity to the realm. Giant Daddy Mukluk Rain Singer offers his aid as a hero under your companion. Do you accept? That was your last stream campaign. Was that the last one? I'll be honest. I've played a lot of Giant Daddies. Welcome you in the future. All right, so next time we get room for a hero, we could recruit him. That's great. Let's see. All right, so you come back here. You come back this way. You auto-explore. That's what the worst thing. I love scouting out the map. And on this map, it's... like, your scouts just constantly die. It's very depressing. Poison arrows. What is Stormport? For each Stormport built in your empire, gain golden mana. Okay, let's... Banshee. Poison arrow, spell, enchant, poison arrows. New empire skill available over here. Special province improvements cost less to build. All currently active units permanently gain 1 defense and 1 resistance. Currently active units. And one of my scouts getting jumped again. Every time. Alright. One more turn on that thing becoming a vassal. Let's see. Wizard Tower Teleportation Chamber. Alright, Arcane Institute is done. Yo, why is this city so mad? Oh my god. Tavern, give them beer! Giving people that are angry beer is good, right? Ah! This one's not too happy either, honestly. They've already got beer, though. What more do they want? Masonic Hall. Court of Whispers. You can now give Whispering Stones to the enemy vassals. And drain their money. Something I thought of since the last time I played this on stream that I thought would be fun is just to, because like you can make a city, right? Like let's say like I've got this city, this is mine, and I could say release as a vassal. And then it becomes a vassal, and you don't get to micromanage it anymore, but it's cheaper for 2 separate people to have 3 armies each than it is for 1 person to have 6 armies. So I'm wondering, like, how effective it would be just to make a ton of cities and turn them into vassals and let them go, and then you've got, like, a bunch of small cities that are allied with you. Because, like, we've seen, for example, like, this guy keeps going over and, like, razing some of her buildings to the ground. Like, he's doing it right now, actually. He's burning some of her stuff down. Like, I'm wondering how effective a playstyle that would be, just, like, flood the map with vassals. A province was pillaged by your vassal. They've sent you 75 gold. Nice. You can end your turn. Because it's basically, it's a little bit of gold to make an outpost, and then I think it's 200 Imperium to turn the outpost into a city, and then you release it on the next turn. But we need, you can't build it in water. I need a little bit of land to do it. Alright, summon Banshee research done. Blight Blades. Okay, so this is now a vessel. Give a Whispering Stone. And cast Faithful Whispers on it, so we start loving us faster. Yeah, if we were gonna do that playstyle, definitely need Tome of Faith, because that makes them love you more quickly. Definitely need that. Inactive Cities, Barrow Hill. What? Oh, it's because it's mine. So that's maxed. These two are still working. Where's my other 2 Whispering Stones? Are they in my cities right now? Alright, withdraw that one. Withdraw that one. Okay. Alright, Firestone acquired. City releases vassal. Alright, they're happy. They're not. Give them a Whispering Stone. Alright, so we're going to try to move over here and hit Willowbark next. You know, now that I've voiced this thought out loud, I really want to try it. So, dude, freaking guys at Rock, they're like, yeah, this is so weird. Whatever they did here. Like, I could make a little outpost here, and it could maybe expand in the water, but it would not get a lot of income. Because, you know, the income the city gives you is going to be dependent upon what resources it can grab, right? And it's like, there's very little resources there. What about in the underground? Maybe? I don't know. We'll send the dwarf guy down here to look for another spot to slam down some more cities. Alright, I need to make sure all of them can reach in one turn. Yeah, they can. Okay. And then you guys chill. Teleportation circle's done. Can get that for more research speed. Said new thing available. Wait, what? What new thing's available? I don't see any exclamation points. I think it said that releasing cities costs Imperium. Releases Vassal City just costs a number of turns. No Imperium. Cadaver's Cavalcade. Your citizens of Tatooine host a celebration during which they placate their dead so their deceased loved ones may rest peacefully. A magistrate explains, to keep the dead from rising and wreaking havoc, our citizens share stories and happiness during festivities around the city's crypt. That way, the deceased know that we're doing fine without them and they can continue their journey without needing to come back and haunt us. Grandpa, we love you. You don't need to come to be scary. You were great. Your blessing would hallow this celebration, oh doomed daddy. Would you share a few words for our fallen brethren? You gain mana per turn. Gain Imperium. That's a lot of Imperium. 243. While you rest, others will wake in your stead. Gain population. Gain production. That's 4 turns of production. However, Tatooine doesn't have any more things, like buildings to make, really. So let's say Imperium. Alright. Let's see if we can find... Wait. Where... Oh god, where did he go? Okay, he's right there. Alright. Siege. Alright. Onagers. We didn't bring them last time. Well, last time we got attacked while we were still setting up the siege. I don't know if we would have had them anyway. Alright, tavern is done. These guys are... Okay, bathhouse. This is so mad. Let's see, Rally of the Legions. Oh wow, I can get a tier 5 unit. It's oh man, it's really slow though. It would slow down the whole army if I got it. Nidus Worm, hello. Some interesting stuff here. All right, in turn. Change of heart. You're approached by your hero. Oh, he's saying should he respec. Alright, so right now he's a challenger. Shepherd, Dominator. No, challenger. Shepherd requires an army full of animals. Dominator requires you... What is it? I don't even know how to do this. Recruit or raise units after combat. Raising is if you do a necromancy. Recruit after combat, I don't know who does that. I know that there is... I think it's the Reavers, where they can basically like trap it. Like if an enemy is like CC'd, like stunned or frozen or something, you can hit them with a spell that if the combat ends while they're in that spell, you get to keep the unit. It's like, it's not enslave, but it's something like that. Barrow Hill can expand. Get that. New skill available. Gain knowledge when your units gain ranks. Summon an army of magical... Okay, that's like a one-time thing. Okay. Tatooine, no. Alright, intern. Time for taters. Sure. Alright, she's got a bunch of armies showing up here. We are going to have a big fight soon. So hit save. And... Have I unlocked the ability to dig through walls yet? No, I haven't. We're doing that now. Alright, now we can excavate. So let's do that. Alright, Blight Blades. Okay, new tome. Still haven't gotten the Naga transformation. I mean, Tome of Severing has some really good stuff. That's not bad. This was the tome that was banned during the multiplayer game that we did, because when you hit an enemy with Severing, basically all their enchantments are disabled temporarily. But of course, after the game was over, we were like, you know, that might have been the only way to stop Bombus. Would have been Severing. The one for map flooding. The map's already flooded. There's water everywhere. Let's get Severing. That's fine.
Slaying a wizard is similar to slaying any other monster. It necessitates preparation. If your mark is prone to conjuring astral creatures, it is vital to sever their connection.
Alright, this is more...
This is achieved.
Yeah, lock that. Do that. Alright, Masonic Hall. Let's see. She's like, slaying a wizard is like slaying anybody else. Get their hit points to 0. Alright, Primeval Palace. Free City can be integrated. Supreme Vassalage, nice. You can create a new bounty. No. Breach is made. Okay, so I can attack this. Alright, so, save game. And attack. Ooh, it says their forces are more powerful. Alright. You know what? Before we do that, I want to check something here. See, he's 2 points away from Battlefield Restoration, which is heal all friendly units on the field. So if I respect, I got rid of the zombie, I could get that. Now, this is once per battle. It's very strong, but it's only one time per battle. Also, considering changing Nomer from little firebomb to lightning, because then we could use that rain spell. Let's try that. Alright, so hang on. So do. Those are necessary for the army. Hold on. I'm not gonna commit to this just yet. I just want to see, what does Adept of Astral give? Resistance sundering on base attacks, bolstering evasion. Adept of Materium. Meteor strikes. Alright, hold on. So hold on, cancel. So I'll just do nature to give the army more hit points. Alright, yeah, let's try out Lightning Evoker. Give it lots of debuffs. See, that's base attack bonus. All attacks ignore resistance and status resistance. Let's get that. What is this one? Arc Fire Burst. All enemies within 2 hexes of you take fire damage and lightning damage. Enter defense mode. It's like an explosion around you. What's that? Adaptive armor. Let's try Arc Fire Burst. That sounds fun. Alright, you shoot lightning now. No boots. Okay. Alright. Do I want to respec the heal guy? Kinda do. Alright, let's try this. Alright, so we've got the battlefield-wide heal now that we can use once per battle. Okay. Alright. Let's see what happens. So auto first, see if get anything real juicy. I lose. Retry. That is not juicy. Not juicy. Okay. How we gonna do this? Alright. First, put 2 Animus heals into this one so she can sneak next turn. Alright, 2 heals into that Animus. Alright, so that's 2 different Animus that can do the snack next turn. Wait for them to come closer. Their ballistas are starting to fire. Alright. Let's try this out. Lightning Storm. Okay, so their whole army's wet, and 2 of them took small lightning strike damage.